Hello! Today's vlog is understanding the differences between an approach and a method. Clarifying the concepts of approach and method is critical in developing an understanding of the history of language instruction. Richards and Rogers suggest that the term approach refers to the philosophy behind language teaching, whereas the term method refers to the set of established procedures used in teaching the language. In other words, approach refers to our beliefs about language and about language learning, and how those beliefs are put into practice is method. We can think about these two concepts in terms of why and how we teach in a particular way. Explaining our foundational beliefs and the scientific principles behind an approach easily allow us to answer the question, why? For example, if a teacher who instructs using the direct method is asked why they choose to employ this method in their classroom, they might respond with similar beliefs to the reformers of the late 19th century, who believed that spoken language is primary, that learners should hear the language before seeing it in its written form, and that translation should be avoided. This is cited from Richards and Rogers. These ideas form a clear theory, belief, philosophy about the nature of language learning. Therefore, it is considered to be the approach behind the method. If, however, that same teacher is asked how they go about using the direct method in their classroom, they will doubtless refer to such procedures as outlined in Richards and Rogers' explanation of the direct method, by conducting instruction exclusively in the target language, through teaching only everyday vocabulary, and by teaching grammar inductively. These points, a list of organizational principles, are an example of method. Considering the fact that an approach is the driving force of a particular method, I believe the hierarchical structure proposed by Antony and referenced by Richards and Rogers is a better representation of the interrelatedness of approach and method than is the structure proposed by Richards and Rogers, which uses method as the umbrella term at the top. Without a solid science-based approach, a method cannot exist, therefore making the approach the most important factor in the language teaching equation. Indeed, H. Douglas Brown contends that methods are too prescriptive for today's teachers and students, particularly in light of our modern understanding of differentiation. He refers to approach as, quote, a dynamic composite of energies within a teacher that changes with continued experience in learning and teaching. This implies that the teacher knows his or her students better than some method outlined by a textbook creator. In his opinion, we have entered the post-method era, meaning that the future of language teaching will revolve around approach and technique, and that method will eventually become a thing of the past. Regardless of whether or not this proves to be true, it does serve as an important reminder that despite our use of a particular method in our own classrooms, the individual needs of our students must, at the end of the day, take precedence over pre-established procedures. It is therefore of utmost importance that we take the time to consider our own foundational beliefs and to examine the theoretical underpinnings of various approaches to language instruction, rather than on researching methods exclusively. Thank you.